Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Car Passion Talk. My name is Savannah, and I hope these topics will inspire anyone listening who might be pushed away from their passion and to get back in it. I hope they also might provide information for anyone new joining the community. If that's you, welcome. This episode, like others, will be sharing opinions and experiences, so please respect the topics. Please also comment afterwards what your experiences are and if you'd like to personally share. It took me a while to make this episode because I finally graduated college. After 4 long years of work, I received my bachelor's degree. I'll talk a little bit today on what that is, and hopefully it might help some of you if you feel stuck figuring out what you want to do. Starting off, my bachelor's degree is interdisciplinary studies. This degree is at Boise State University in Idaho. It is a 3-part major where you can essentially pick whatever 3 areas you're interested in to create your own. You can either choose 3 minors or 2 minors and a certificate that make up the degree. I ended up with an art entrepreneurship minor, a business plus minor, and an engineering design certificate. This all might seem complex, but it worked out really nicely for me because I was interested in all those areas, which make college a lot more fun and did not feel like I was working towards nothing. As I've probably mentioned before, I chose these areas and the major because of my dream to have a custom car shop that I'll own one day and spread my love and passion for cars. For those of you going into college or might be thinking about it, try to think about what you love. I focused too much on money in the beginning because I thought I needed to have enough of it in order to keep my hobbies going. I figured out that for me, I would rather work with something I love that will pay the bills instead of something that I don't love, and I would still be paying the bills. Trade school might be a good option for some, and it definitely helps with experience into the automotive industry. There are also automotive schools you can look for, if that's your route as well. For those of you who are already in the industry, maybe drop a comment or a message. You can message me on Instagram if you need to, with helpful tips that I can share with those who are entertaining the industry. Each person has different dreams, but if you're listening right now, you probably share the same car passion as the rest of us. A funny story I have from recently getting home made me realize just how far gone I am with my love of cars. The week after I moved back from college, I was driving with my fiance Sam. If any of you have listened to the last episode, you'll know a little bit about him. Anyways, we were driving around an hour away for dinner with some family members, and my tire light came on for Han. For any of you who don't know who Han is my 2012 2.0 turbo Volkswagen Beetle. I had filled up the left rear tire with air right before leaving because it was low, so when I saw this light, I knew there was 100% a leak. When we got to the destination, the air pressure was at a solid 12 psi, from a previous 35 psi we put in before leaving. Sam and I had looked for the leak before, but could not find anything. So this time, we had a jack available, and we jacked up the car. After rolling the wheel all the way around, we finally found the problem. In the inner sidewall, you could see the head of a screw. So we took off the wheel and got to see the true extent of the damage. Putting the screw was kind of like pulling one of those magic tricks out with the endless pulling of string or towels tied together. We kept unscrewing it until it was about to come out, which was around 2 inches at that point, and that's only what we could see. So, there was only 2 options. I could steal my dad's car to drive all the way home and grab my pair of slicks to put on Han, or go to a tire shop to see if they're open and try and patch the hole. Option 2 was out because most of the shops weren't open or they were too busy. And we figured out, since where the screw was in the sidewall, there was probably a very small chance that it would be able to be patched. So this option got replaced by putting a spare tire on, because I realized, after 30 minutes, that as much as my car is gutted with no back seats and I normally never have anything in it, I actually put the spare tire in it to store while I was at school, and it worked out perfectly because we needed it now. So we put the spare tire on, and let me tell you, I don't think my fitment has ever been that bad in Han. By far, it was the worst look Han had ever had. But we had to work with it, because we also needed to get home that night. Later on, we made it back home, and I decided I'd still put the slicks on in the front, and just move the front 2 wheels to the back. I needed a tire rotation anyway, so it worked out. In this process, I finally took the screw all the way out of the flat tire, and realized it's actually a 3-inch screw into the sidewall. So, Han got slicks put on, which I daily drive to work right now because I just finished college and I'd rather not spend $500 to $1,000 on tires right now. But the slicks work perfectly for daily driving. As long as I don't drive crazy and I just do my normal route, everything works out just fine. And honestly, Han looks a lot better with the slicks because they're 17-inch wheels and my rears are 19-inch, which are supposed to be my daily wheels and tires. So my front end ends up being a lot lower, which increases my fitment. Now, most people would be upset getting a flat tire, but in the end, I was having more fun switching out my daily wheels and tires with the slicks than I was upset about getting a flat tire. It wasn't a tedious process, because I was jamming out to music, doing something I considered to be fun, even if it's only changing wheels out. It's the little experiences like this that continue to show me my love for cars. It may be weird to others, but it makes me happy. Throughout my years in college, I figured out that there was no way I was getting away from my passion for cars, which is why I've ended up with my bachelor's degree, and I'm happy to say that I'm going to be going and moving on into the industry. I appreciate if you've made it this far listening. You can take the survey linked in the description and bio for some feedback from me. It would be greatly appreciated. You can also reach out to my Instagram at han.the.bug. I always love sharing my stories and others, and I think this podcast will be great to help people open up their passions and maybe their minds to what their future can be. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, or the start of your week, and have a great Memorial Day weekend. My passion for cars is not going anywhere, and I hope yours isn't either. Thank you.